My name is Raphael Amachtree. I am the president of VUGA Music Incorporated. We are a distribution and publishing company based in the States. We mainly work with Afrobeat artists.
So the easiest way for me to put this right is when you create a song, you create a song. Let's say, give me an example of a record, like what is your favorite song? Any song, it doesn't matter. David O's Skidoo, right? Let's go with that one, right? For example, he makes the record. The song, when you hear it on the radio or MP3, whatever the case is in the car, that's the master side, right? The publishing side, you can't hear it, you can't see it. I mean, okay, you can technically see it if you're reading the lyrics, but you can't technically hear it, right? What the publishing covers is the actual composition, right? Like when you make an instrumental or you make a beat, you know you can actually write that as notes, right? Like you can write that on a music sheet. That essentially is publishing. So this is what publishing covers, like the composition of that recording. I know it takes a while for you to like differentiate the two, but the composition, like the beat, the lyrics, all of that is what is covered on the publishing. So how you monetize that, how you protect that, basically is what publishing does. So for example, you make a record today, like the Skidoo record. 10 years from now, an up-and-coming artist shows up and they're like, you know what, I like the Skidoo record, I want to add it into my, into my new pop song or whatever the case is, right? You still have to reach out to the publisher for Skidoo to be like, hey, can I clear this record? Can I add it to my record? Things like that. And of course, there'll be a fee for that. They might have to add some publishing they might have to take some publishing from you because you're basically taking someone else's work, if that makes sense. So that is basically what publishing is. It's mainly the composition, the lyrics, how do I put it? It's not a physical thing like the recording itself, but it's like what makes the recording. That's what publishing companies. So without that side of things, you're basically, how do I put it? You basically don't have anything per se. Like someone else can come in tomorrow and claim your publishing. If that makes sense. Like they can just come in and say, hey, you know what? I wrote that record. I'm the original, writer of the song. I made that, blah, blah, blah. And they can take your publisher. That's why you need to protect it. Make sure after you make a song, you go in there, you take care of that. It's all covered.
So that's like the first step. Once you have the song registered on your PRO, you go ahead and move it to the rest of the organizations, right? So the next one you do here is send it to, say, HFA. That's the Harry Fox Agency. And that's once the PROs have approved the record. Then you want to go ahead and send it to the Mechanical Society. So you send it to, let's say, Harry Fox Agency. Then in the U.S., there's also an organization called the MLC. That's the Mechanical Licensing Collective. I'm sorry, the MLC. What they do is they, make sure if your song has been streamed on any platforms or whatever the case is, Apple Music, Audiomack, anywhere really, they go in there and get those mechanical royalties for you. Once that's done, then you want to go ahead and look globally, right? So the way we have our own system set up is we have sub-publishing partners in different regions. So once we take care of North America and Europe, we send our records to like our partners, sub-publishing partners. This is why I recommend having a publisher, because as an independent artist, you technically cannot do this on your own. The only way you can do this on your own is if you were to register a business, then take your business and say, you know what, I'm gonna go to start, like say for example, I'm gonna start in Nigeria, register with COSON. Then go to South Africa, register with Samro. Then go to Kenya, register with, what's their organization? Riska or something like that. Then you're going to all these different countries to register with them. You go to France, Ireland, all those, different regions. Once you've registered there, then you're able to collect globally. I'll say this as well. in addition to publishing companies, you also have what you call publishing administration companies. So a publishing company basically does like a publishing deal with you. Like they could do a co-pub deal with you, basically where they give you an advance and they manage your publishing for you. Then a publishing administration company basically just administers your right. So what they do is they take the composition, they register for you, and that's all they do. Then once your royalties come back, they pay you out. Then they keep a percentage, their percentage. So absolutely, that's another way to go about it. As an independent artist, if you're saying, hey, you know what, I don't want to give up my publishing to anybody, I want to keep all 100% of it, absolutely go through a publishing administration company. In the UK, I'll say the most popular administration company is Centric, and in the United States, it's Song Trust. Those are like the two biggest ones. But what they won't do for you is, basically all they'll do is administer your records, right? Like if you were to work with like a publishing company, in addition to administering your records, they still will pitch your records for like sync placements and things like that, which is, additional revenue for the artists and, creatives. One thing I'll recommend doing as an artist that a lot of up and coming artists kind of miss to do is get a feature. Like go get features. Like Odumodu Black, right, for example. Prior to him like blowing up, that was like one of the things he was doing. I believe it every week he was being featured on somebody's song or he was featuring somebody. So that is absolutely one way to get your numbers to organically grow. I mean, the bigger the artist, of course, your numbers are going to be a little bit bigger, but absolutely, like start somewhere and just build your way up. Like get as many people on your record as possible. That's like one thing I recommend doing. A lot of artists feel like, hey, you know what, I can do this by myself. No. Can't do this by yourself. All right. So I will wrap it up. Like I said, my name is Raphael Amachtree. I am the president of VUGA Music Incorporated. We are a distribution and publishing company based in the States. We mainly work with Afrobeat artists, so absolutely, like if you want to work or you feel like you have music that could, generate some kind of income, reach out to us. All right. Thank you so much.